Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about mass energy equivalence. So mass is related to the energy, that is energy can be converted into the mass and mass can be converted into the energy. So E is equal to mc square is the mass energy equation. This equation is called mass energy equation. So this is the mass energy equation. This tells us that mass can be converted into the energy. Okay, similarly energy is equivalent to the mass. So in this lecture we'll see how can we derive this equation. Okay, so in non-relativistic physics we know that the kinetic energy is given by half mv square. You know this, but how do you arrive at this equation? Suppose that there is some object, okay, and it is at some position s is equal to 0, and if you apply some force on it, okay, you apply some force on it, and if the object is displaced along the same direction of the force, suppose it is displayed at some distance, yes, so what will happen when due to the action of this force, it will acquire some velocity. Because of that velocity it will have some momentum, and hence it has some kinetic energy. So you know that work done by this force can be given as F into S, where what is F? F is force acting on this body, and S is the displacement along the direction of the force. So if suppose if it is F is the only force that is acting on this body, then the kinetic energy can be then the total work done will be equivalent to the kinetic energy of the object. I mean, if no external force is working on it, then whatever you will doing, whatever work are you doing will be transferred into its kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy can be defined as F into T. If you integrate from 0 to S, so you will get kinetic energy is equal to integration of F ds in from 0 to S. And you know that what is F? F is dp by dt, and you can write it like as, so you can further write it as dp ds by dt, and this term is equivalent to velocity, so you can write it v dp. So the limit will be from 0 to p, because you are integrating it with respect to momentum. So now if further in non-relativistic physics, okay, in non-relativistic relativistic physics, you know that m is constant. Okay, m is constant, it means it is not relative quantity, so it does not depend upon the relative motion of observers. So p can be, I am talking about non-relative. First I am discussing how this expression can be obtained, then I will go to the relativistic formula. Okay, so p can be written as mv, so dp can be written as dmv. Okay, uh, so p can be written as p is equal to mv, so dp can be written as uh, like this. Okay, so here in non-relativistic physics, you know that m is constant, so you can write it as m dv. Okay, no problem, because m is assumed to be constant in non-relativistic physics. So now in order to obtain the kinetic energy expression for kinetic energy, I will substitute it in this expression. So first this is the first part a, so I am doing it for non-relativistic physics. So you can, in the first part you can see that kinetic energy is now uh, in place of dp you can write m dv. Okay, now the limit will be changed and it will be So at s is equal to 0, its velocity was 0, and at s is equal to s, its velocity is v. So you have to integrate it from 0 to v. Now again, m is a constant in non-relativistic physics, so you can write it as m 0 to v v dv. Okay, if you will integrate this, you will get mv square by 2, and now you have to limit 0 to v. So when you further solve it, you will get mv square by half mv square. So this is the part 1, means this is the expression for kinetic energy. This is the expression for kinetic energy uh, in non-relativistic physics. Okay, in non-relativistic physics. Okay, so you see here how I arrived up to this expression. I have used the general definition of kinetic energy. Then I assume in non-relativistic physics m is constant, so I have substituted in place of dp to this term, then integrated and finally obtained this expression. So this is the part 1, when m was non-relative. Now what will happen if m is relative? You know na, from the postulates of special theory of relativity, and we have obtained the mass relative mass relativistic formula for mass variation, that is m naught is equal to like this na, m is equal to m naught divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. So this tells us that mass also is a relative quantity. This is according to relativity. ठीक है, according to relativity, mass is also a relative quantity, and the mass of an mass is m naught is the rest mass, and m is the mass observed by an observer relative to which this mass is moving with velocity v. If some mass, suppose this is the mass and it is moving with velocity v with respect to some observer, then its mass according to this observer will be equal to this term. Okay, so now I will do the calculation for part calculation. This is the calculation for non-relativistic physics. For kinetic energy, I will do the second part, that is I will do part B, that is when m is equal to, okay, m is equal to m naught 1 minus v square by c. That is, I am talking about relativistic physics. So in relativity, according to the conclusions of special theory of relativity, mass is no more constant, but it depends upon the relative motion. So in this case, our expression for kinetic energy will be modified. So kinetic energy can be written as like v dp. Okay, 0 to v. Look back at your previous calculation. So this is the kinetic energy. Okay, expression for kinetic energy. So in the first case, in case A, we have taken the our assumption that m is equal to constant. We have obtained this formula. Okay, now I will add the relativistic effect. So what will happen? So here what will change? The p is mb is m naught divided by 1 minus v square by c square multiplied by v. So dp will be something different. What will be? This will be d m naught v divided by 1 minus v square by c square. I think this is clear up to this point. Okay, there should not be any doubt. So what I will do, I will substitute dp here. Only change from previous case is that dp will be given by this. Okay, so our kinetic energy can be written as uh, can be written as v differential of m naught v 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, so here m naught is the constant, so it can be taken out of the integral, so you can write it here as v. Okay, so this is the expression for our kinetic energy. So now we have to further simplify it. Okay, how will I do it? Let's see. So in calculus, integral calculus, you have already read in intermediate that if there is two function f1 and f2, and if you want to integrate the multiplication of these two functions, then you can use the method of integral by parts. So according to which you can use this formula f1 f2 minus differentiation of f1 and integration of f2, like this. So you can use this expression to obtain the integration. So what I will assume here, I will do little manipulation here. So I will assume that f1 is equal to, our f1 is equal to v divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. This is, I assume this is my first function, and f2 is equal to 1. Okay, there should not be any doubt. Okay, now I will do the next part. Okay, so now let's do this calculation. So substitute uh, at in place of f1, that will be v divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, and f2 is equal to 1 into 1, and we have to integrate it with respect to dv. Okay, similarly on the right hand side, you can write f1 as v, okay, 1 minus v square by c square, and f2 is equal to 1, that is dv minus. Okay, so you have, so let's substitute here. So you can write it here as d v 1 minus v square by c square. When you integrate this term f2, it will give v. Okay, so if you want to further simplify it, you can write it as v square divided by, since here the only variable is v na, so in the last I will put the limits, so I am not caring about leaving now, right now. So you can write it minus, this is v d v divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, so now there are three terms now, that is v dv divided by 1 minus v square by c square. So if you see here, I have to evaluate this integral na? And this is similar to this. Okay, so I will write it in left hand side, and that will be v d divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, you can write it v square 1 minus v square by c square minus v dv divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, so if we'll solve this and put it here, then our purpose will be solved. Okay, so this is the, so what in order to evaluate it further, yeah, I have to, this is already solved, so this term I have to evaluate. So I will assume that 1 minus v square by c square is equal to, sorry, 1 minus v square by c square is equal to t. Okay, I think it is clear, it should be clear to you now कि what I have done. I have use the method of integration by parts. So I have assumed there are two functions f1 and f2, so you can use this relation to solve the problem. So f1, I have assumed that f1 is equal to v divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, and f2 is equal to 1. So I have substituted f1 here, f2 here na, f1 and f2. Similarly, in the second term I have written f1, then f2 here. Okay, integrating with respect to velocity. So here in the third term I have uh, I have taken the differential of this, so I have written it like this, and integrated the second term. So integrated f1 with respect to v, so it will give to v. So if you further simplify it, you will get this expression. So what I have done, so this term is equal to this term, so I want to write it in terms I want to write it in the right hand side, okay, sorry, in the left hand side. So the final expression that you will get will be like this, and you will further solve it. What you will get is, in order to further simplify it, you have to assume that 1 minus v square by c square is equal to t. So you can write it here. I am not substituting here, okay, so you can write it here. That will be minus. Now if you will differentiate it, so what will you get? V square 2v dv by c square minus dt. Okay, so if you will substitute in place of v dv, you will get dt, integrating with respect to dt and t, and v dv will be equal to c square by 2. Okay, there should not be any problem. So if you will integrate it, you will get v square divided by 1 minus v square by c square plus c square by 2, and you can further simplify it as t minus 1 by 2 plus 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Okay, so this will give you c square, and this will cancel each other. Okay, this will cancel each other, and you will have root t. So you have the, what I am doing, v dv divided by 1 minus v square by c square, and this will give you v square divided by 1 minus v square by c square plus c square. So in place of here, in place of root t, I can write it 1 minus v square by c square. So if you will simplify this integral, it will be like this. So our kinetic energy expression, if you look back, was m naught integration of v and this term. Okay, so you can write it again, m naught v d sorry, I have done one mistake here, so this is in bracket. Okay, so if you substitute it, so you will get m naught. Here is the limit also, na? So here the limit is from 0 to v, because the final kinetic energy will be at velocity v. So you can write it as m naught in bracket v square divided by 1 minus v square by c square plus c square divided by 1 minus v square by c square. This is in bracket, and you have to uh, take the limits, so that is 0 to v. If you further solve it, you will get m naught uh, m naught in bracket. So first I will substitute v, that will be v square 1 minus v square by c square plus c square, the same term. Okay, now I have to subtract. When you substitute 0, so when you substitute 0 in this term, this will be 0 and this will be c square. So if you further solve it, you will get m naught v square plus c square minus v square divided by 1 minus v square by c square and minus m naught c square. So v square will cancel each other. Okay, so you will get m naught c square divided by 1 minus v square by c square minus m naught c square. So this is m, m is equal to m naught 1 minus v square by c square. So you can write it as mc square minus m naught c square, or simply you can say that kinetic energy is equal to mc square minus m naught c square. Okay, so this result this result states that kinetic energy of an object is equal to the increase in its mass due to its relative motion multiplied by the square of speed of light. So m minus m naught c square. So this is the expression for kinetic energy. What it states, let me repeat it again. This result states that kinetic energy of an object is equal to the increase in its mass due to its relative motion multiplied by the square of the speed of light. So you have the kinetic energy is equal to m minus m naught c square. So this is the expression for kinetic energy. Now you can write it as mc square minus m naught c square. So you can write it as mc square is equal to m naught c square plus kinetic energy. So you can call this term as E is equal to mc square as total energy. So the total energy can be written as E is equal to mc square, and that is equal to m naught c square plus kinetic energy. So how will you interpret this term? So mc square is the energy, total energy. So when the kinetic energy is 0, when kinetic energy is 0, the object will have E is equal to m naught c square. So that's why it is called rest mass energy. So this term is called rest mass energy. Rest mass energy, or simply you can call it rest energy. So the total energy of an object can be defined as its kinetic energy plus It's rest mass energy. Why I am saying like this? Because when the kinetic energy is zero, it seems the object will have the energy m naught c square. So, and when it acquires some velocity, it will have the some kinetic energy, and in that case, its total energy E is equal to, yeah, rest mass energy plus kinetic energy. Okay, so the E will be equal to mc square. What is mc square? Mc square is m naught 1 minus v square by c square. So this is the required expression that we wanted to derive. So this equation, this is a very famous equation, and sometimes it is called as the signature of Einstein, is the relation between energy and mass, and this is called mass energy equation.